Hello my art viewers. So we are back with another tutorial. This is artist Bhavna here, and today we are going to see garlic drawing. So yeah, garlic drawing, you heard correct only. And you can draw garlic outline with your free hand only, but I used grid method. So grid maker for artist app, and I used it and I draw the outline. But you can draw using freehand only, but according to accuracy I want accurate drawing and accurate shading and accurate each and every tiny spot and region and shading and highlights. So that's why I used grid maker app, or else I can draw using freehand only, but when I consider drawing realistic artwork I consider only the grid maker, and I believe in grid maker app. So if you want to draw the accurate and consistent outline, you need to and you must use grid maker app. And yeah, some will say freehand drawing is really good, but according to me, when you draw using your free hand you may make one or two mistakes. So zero is impossible, but one or two mistakes are really possible, and you will make mistakes because you can't see the mistake, but after once you're done with your artwork you may find your mistake or someone may spot your mistake. So to avoid that, use gridmaker app. And if you see initial method, I'm just filling in the gaps using graphite powder. So this is nothing but outline 2B grade graphite powder, and I'm just spreading across the garlic, and you can see how I'm spreading. So I also added second layer, and I just skipped it because you people know. And in this way, when you add one other layer of graphite powder, your grids will be disappearing, and you can see the smooth and complete texture of the drawing. And if you want to get the smooth texture, you need to use smooth paper, as well as you need to use makeup brush, or else tissue paper, or else cotton bud, or else earbud. So these material will provide the smooth blending. If you want to use the paper stump or blending stump, in other words, those paper stump will not give you a smooth texture because they'll create a rough background, and they are mostly used for small regions and all. So you need to choose your blending tools accordingly. So if you want smooth texture, you need to use smooth tools only. And this is the most critical part you need to choose, and be aware before you start drawing. So select the tools before you actually draw, and observe the reference image and think. So if you want rough background or rough spots, and you need to choose accordingly. So don't make mistakes. Tools will play a really crucial role in your drawing. So the different tools will give the different results, and accordingly you need to choose. So choose wisely and bring up the natural and realism out. So this will all depend on your observation and your practice and your grip. Okay, so you need to practice more, and you will get to know what things to use and when to use. So just stop somewhere or other and see and compare the results with reference image or image which you are keeping beside. So this is a natural tip, and you need to observe carefully. So picture can be taken easy, but drawing as picture is not so easy. Just remember this: you can create wonders when you observe things properly. I'm not saying you can't, but you will. You will definitely create wonders. So be careful and get to know the things. Mostly 99.9% mostly I'll prefer adding a base layer first, and this base layer will generally plays a smooth and crucial role in your artwork, because when you observe things, so take human face or take any other things, you will not find the pure white things naturally. that is 99.9% sure. If you are doing, and the white things also will create shadow and shades and highlights. So everything you need to add a base layer, or else you can't achieve the realism, because on white thing you can't show shadow and highlights. So when you shade or when you add a little base layer, you can do wonders. Okay, in that way, this is a beautiful trick. Some will say, so some will just shade the dark layers and they'll leave other things as it is, they don't touch it. When you observe those artists, you can't say those arts are really realistic. So this is other thing, and you must know base layer will and definitely will play a crucial role. So if you are observing my brush, this is makeup brush only. The eye applicator, or you can call eye blending brush. So eye blending, listen properly, blending, so it should blend. That's why I bought eye blending brush. So this is my new brush. This is really good, and you can see how naturally it is blending. Now you can see this is 6B grade Staedtler pencil. I'm directly adding 6B grade on the darkest regions because those are really dark and I don't want to add any highlights. So remember one thing, when you want to add highlights, in that way you need to add layer on layer. But when it is really dark, so dark means you don't want to add any highlights, then grab your dark grade pencil and just apply it, because there is no issue. When you want to erase, you need to add layers, but when you don't want to erase, you need to add directly. This is a golden principle of shading and you need to remember this. So don't add unnecessarily the layers, do know it when you add. So here I don't want to add any layers or any highlights or any shadows and nothing. So that's why I am directly adding it. So if you want to work on layers, so do practice on other things, but don't unnecessarily waste your lid and waste your time. Okay, so layering and all, that is really time taking process, so you can practice on other artworks. Once I'm done with it, I'll use Tombow Mono Zero eraser to add the shadow effect beside it, but not on it, beside it. I added, you can see the white layer. And now I'm using 0.3 Staedtler mechanical pencil to draw little outlines here and there. So you can see how I'm drawing. I'll just skip it because after drawing I can show it. And once I'm done with this little outline, I'm just adding 6B grade dots over here because the garlic is open there. So little illusion effect you need to create. That effect I'm adding using 6B grade pencil. So 6B grade in Staedtler brand is really little dark than the other brands. So that's why I'm using the 6B grade. So here 6B grade is enough to me now. I'm just saying now. Later I may add. So let us see. So you can see directly I'm dipping my paper stump in this graphite powder of 10B outline pencils, extracted from 10B outline pencils, and I'm adding using paper stump. So this is medium paper stump, medium thickness, so you may do it at your own place. So that is DIY paper stump. You can see that video on my channel, so homemade paper stump. So that is really easy. If you don't have paper stump, you must have, so do it at your own place using one A4 size paper or two A4 size papers. That is up to you, but do watch that video and try it in your own place. Using this paper stamp only, I applied everything, and here you can see now I am using homemade paper stamp only, and this is thin paper stamp, or you can call tortillon, and that is used for face acne and face pores and all. You can give using this tortillon or paper stamp, which is really thin and you can hold it as comfortable as possible, and it will work really very good in small regions and all. So face, doing realistic face and realistic pose, it will play a crucial role again. So directly we are applying larger areas using this medium grade paper stump. You can see how it is working. So here I'm not cleaning my paper stump, you may get doubt. So it is just because it is really dark enough, the grades are really dark enough, so I don't have any problem if the grades are really dark more than the actual one. So that's why I'm not cleaning my paper stump, you can apply directly. In the same way I applied all over here, and now I'm applying the tiny region. So you can see how I'm drawing just lines. So if you use pencil here, those lines will be really sharp enough, but you want the blunt lines and rough lines. So that's why I'm just directly dipping in 2B art line pencil, graphite powder extracted from art line pencils. So I prefer art line pencils only, and I extracted graphite powder and I added using paper stump. So this is simple process, and if you want blunt lines or blurry areas, you need to apply graphite powder. But when you use the pencil and when you start drawing the sharp lines, it will become really tough to blend. So choose accordingly, and I hope this process will really help you in order to shade properly. So in this way we'll just add the shades and all. So here we are using cross hatching technique. As the lines are really close, the shading will look really smooth. So smooth shading, if you want to achieve smooth shading, you need to draw lines as close as possible, and you need to blend using paper stump or tissue paper. So if you want smooth, you need to blend using tissue paper or magic brush. If you want to get rough details, you need to use paper stump. So in this way we are explaining things, and you need to learn things. If you want to learn things, do watch the real-time videos only, then you can learn all the tricks and tips. So here I just speed up the process, that is into 2x, so you can see complete process here but little bit fastly. So in this way you can save your time, so that's why I'm showing the detailed version but in the faster mode. So here on the lines we are applying again 6B grade pencil, so that the lines will look really dark enough. So where they are dark, I'm just applying the dark grade. So again I'm just adding other layer on it before that. So here also we are adding few other layers. So if you are not satisfied with the 6B grade, use 8B 10B, it's okay. And but I'm using 6B only, later I've added 10B of outline pencils. So in this way we are just adding few little blurry effects and little sharp effects using 6B grade Staedtler pencil only. So once you start adding, the garlic will really look up, and that means you will feel that garlic is really over there and the realistic look will come up. So in this way, once you add this lines, you will need to shade using paper stump, and this paper stump is the tiny one, don't use the big one. Using Tombow Mono Zero Eraser, we are creating the highlights beside the dark spots. So previously we added left highlight, now we are adding right highlights beside the dark spot. That is according to my reference image. When you are dealing with other reference image, so according that you need to add, but you need to add using either Tombow Mono Zero Eraser or pencil eraser to get the sharp edges. And when you want to use needle eraser, do make it a sharp one and then use. And needle eraser you can mold according to your shapes, so that is very easy, you can mold it and you can use it. So in this way we are adding blurry look below, then we are adding sharp look above, so that will create an illusion effect. So when you don't want to get the, and when you don't want to show the sharp look all over, what you need to do is first you need to add blurry look using graphite powder, then you need to give the sharp look using pencils on it. Okay, so almost we want blurry look only in this artwork, so we are almost using graphite powder, paper stump and pencils above it. And okay, we'll repeat the same process towards right side also, but here we are doing just the shadows and all by the same way, but you need to observe the things clearly. And the lines, here we are using thin lines, so that's why I'm directly drawing with pencil. So after that I'll blend it. It will also give a blurry look, but it is slightly different process, and you can completely see how the process going on. Just enjoy the process. This is repetitive and it is very long process, so that's why I'm saying enjoy the process. Here we need to show all cracky effect and all, so the breaking effect, and you need to create the illusion effect. So creating illusion effect is first drawing the darkest region, and then beside that drawing the white highlights. So if you want to remove one layer of graphite powder on any drawing, it is the best way to dab the needle eraser on your artwork. So this dabbing will remove the one layer of graphite powder, and this is easy process, and this is really the excitement process, and you can enjoy it completely. So if you don't want to dab it, you can just without pressure just erase in this way and change the shape. So change the shape in the sense you need to just clean the surface by pressing or by changing the direction of needle eraser. So if you want the clear white highlights, you need to repeat the process for 2 to 3 times. Or else if you want complete white highlights, you need to use Tombow Mono Zero eraser or pencil eraser. So I don't prefer the white gel pen for highlights, and it will completely look the weird way, and I will just use all sort of erasers which are really good in your artwork in the sense graphite and charcoal artwork. So you need to use the real things, don't make it artificial. Now you can see how I'm creating this blurry effect. So previously we added the pencil, sharp pencil lines. So that's why I'm rubbing earbud on it, so that the lines will turn into blurry look and it will give the realistic look. So once you use this earbud, you'll feel the soft highlights and soft shading. So do explore the things, and some may also use the cotton cloth, or I also used one time the sponges and all. Sponges are really good, means you can use sponges too. And see how I'm dabbing for this white or light gray highlights. So this dabbing is really very satisfying. Once try it. So needle eraser is very and most important tool for every graphite and charcoal artist, because to get the accurate layers and to build the different look, they will use this needle eraser. Okay, and if you don't have this needle eraser, get it one, because this is most important tool. Okay, you can eliminate pencil eraser, you can eliminate Tombow Mono Zero eraser if you are beginner, but beginners must have this needle eraser. So this is really fantastic tool, I can say, and I can assure you you'll get it around 50 to 40 rupees only, but do try this and you can achieve realism out of it. Okay, pencils and needle eraser are good combination. And again I'm applying other layer using 6B only, so here and there we'll give highlights. In that way it will look really very good. And you can see I'll just skip this process. This is just adding again a layer. And here we are adding other layers and all, we are correcting the things. So in this way the process went very smoothly, and here we need to show how the real garlic will look. So it will not have the smooth edges all around, it will have really the dry effect and all. That dry effect we are creating, see, you can see the complete process here. I'll not even skip or I'll not speed up the process, you can see the realistic look. So first I draw this simple line using paper stump, and I'm just erasing the things in order to create the illusion effect. So here I'm again applying pencil, so it should look like a bouncy look and a dried look. So that we need to create in this way. So after completing, I'll show the results how they are looking. So here you can see how it is coming up. So some areas are really going down and some areas are coming up. So this is known as illusion effect, and that's all will depend upon your pencil shading, highlights and all. So here the observation will play a crucial role. You can see how I'm stopping each minute or each 10 seconds or more than that. I'm just observing, I'm taking breath, and I'm seeing where to apply the shadows and where to apply highlights, so that it will look the dry effect and the bouncy and the illusion effect. So here it is coming up, and you can see the complete process. This is real time video, and this complete process real time you can see. So we are using the other, I make a brush only, that is thin one, but I used it because it is really the small region and we can't use the big brush. So okay, I hope you can understand the things now. So everything I'm doing according to my reference image, nothing I'm adding different, and I'm not creating any magic, but just adding the areas according to my reference image only. And nothing much, but I want to say, if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel, because just subscription doesn't matter you, but a subscription will really add value to my channel and really motivate to me to do more videos and to bring more real-time tutorials. So yes, if you really liked my content only, please do subscribe and don't forget to tap the bell icon button, because you should not miss any updates. And my videos will come for week, you will get 2 videos and 2 short videos. Okay, so totally 4 videos and 2 days rest for me. When you observe garlic cover, so one layer of garlic, you can see the white fine lines. Those are really tiny and those are really straight, bending, those are really small. So that effect we are creating using Tombow Mono Zero eraser only. All over my garlic drawing, I'm just applying layer, because that will really give the realistic look. So some will directly eliminate this process. Just I'm keeping my reference image beside, just I'm keeping the object that is garlic beside, and I'm seeing and I'm observing and I'm giving in-depth details. So hyper realistic or realistic art is really observing things, so observation is in depth only. So on that cover you can see the fine lines, that is close enough. Okay, so that we gave. Okay, so this is really continuous and repetitive process, so henceforth I really don't want to show the repetitive process, so I just speed up the process. But you can see the complete process, how I'm adding layer on layer, layer on layer and layer on layer. You can see how repetitive, but you can see the difference, I guess. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel to get more videos, more interesting tips and so on. So please be stay connected and please do watch my content and enjoy it. and here I'll fill in background completely black so that our artwork will come up. So in this way, this is completely repetitive process. This will depend on patience. After adding black background, it will look in this way.